Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports, MLB Rundown, Picks and Predictions. We're looking at the best bets of the day for April 15th. Let's get into the video. All right, this is, so far, the worst day we have had on the season by far. Wasn't even close. That is Homer Simpson going into the bushes. That is how I felt. The only good thing about today was that none of these games were at all to sweat. You knew by the end of the third inning that almost all of these had lost. So that was the only positive. There was no sweats. All right, now I'm going to recap whatever today was, then hopefully get on to the picks for tomorrow and we win. I do strongly suggest, though, you fade me. Fade every single pick you see. We went 1-6 on the day, bring our season record to 68-77. We are 9 games under 500. That is not ideal. All right, so our only winner was easy money. Rays, minus 120 on the money line. They won this game 16-1. They scored 9 runs in the bottom of the third inning. Tanner Houck, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, 11 earned runs. 11. I don't know what his ERA is going to be after today, but this thing is going to skyrocket to the moon. All right, now we're losers. We obviously lost the under 8.5 runs in the Red Sox and the Rays game, considering the Rays scored 16. We then lost the over 8.5 runs at Kansas City and New York. Kansas City, they only scored 1 run. They had 2 hits the entire game. Carlos Carrasco, 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. How are you getting dookied on by Carlos Carrasco? He sucks. Kansas City, they suck. Really bad. We then had the Brewers plus 140 on the money line in the under 7.5 runs. They got absolutely shelled. The under lost in the 4th inning as Detroit went up 8-0 in the top of the 4th. Everything lost. The Brewers lose the game 9-1. I think Detroit might just run away with the AL Central. Their starting rotation is so good, and their bats are probably the best in the AL Central as well. You could argue maybe Cleveland has a better lineup, but I really don't think so. To be honest, I think it is Detroit. We then had the Blue Jays, my second least favorite team in baseball. For some reason, I took them on the money line. They got shelled by the Atlanta Braves. Final score in that game, 8-4. Grant Holmes, 7 2/3 inning pitched, 2 hits, 3 earned runs. What if I told you that Atlanta had only 6 hits the entire game, and they scored 8 runs? It was a 2-run homer, another 2-run homer, a 2-run double, and then another 2-run homer. So I guess shout out to Atlanta for scoring 8 runs. I hate Toronto. All right, that is enough of me complaining about how poorly everything went today. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. Please, please, please do the opposite of everything you are about to see. Okay, first game. I'm fading the Mariners because they suck. Give me the Reds plus 100 on the money line. Also taking the under of 8.5 runs. I'm assuming the wind is going to be blowing out because you have 2 pitchers who have been off to amazing starts this year. So the weather must be good in Cincinnati tomorrow. It's obviously one of the easiest hitting ballparks in America. But I'm still taking the under. 2 good pitchers, 2 suspect offensive. Let's get it. Mariners 8-8 on the year. They are starting up Luis Castillo. He's 1-1 with a 2.12 ERA. The Reds are also 8-8. They have Nick Lodolo on the mound, 2-1 with a .96 ERA. Imagine having an ERA under 1 and not being undefeated 3 games into the season. Luis Castillo, 17 inning pitch so far, 15 strikeouts, 6 walks. Nick Lodolo, 2-1, .96 ERA, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. Mariners are coming off of a home series sweep of the Rangers. That is not something you will hear often. They've won 4 games in a row. Their offense has been better, but it has all been at home. They scored 7 against the Astros, 5 against the Rangers, 9 against the Rangers, and then 3 against the Rangers. They now hit the road. They're going on an East Coast swing. They go at the Reds, at the Blue Jays, at the Red Sox. I think they're going to get shelled. The Reds, they are coming off of a home series victory against the Pirates. They swept them 5-3, 5-2, 4-0. That was very impressive. They faced a decent half of the Pirates rotation. They did dodge Paul Skeens, so that was a win, but they still had to go against their other solid arms. I like their lineup more than I like the Mariners lineup. You got De La Cruz. You got Espinal's been good. Austin Wynn's been good. Friedel up top's been solid. Only thing I don't like about the Reds is their bullpen. The Mariners do have the advantage there. But in terms of batting, I like the Reds. In terms of starting pitcher, I like the Reds. And they're at home. Mariners got to travel. Give me the Reds plus money. Give me the under 8.5. Next game, it's kind of tough to not take the Rays again, considering they just scored 16 runs. And they're going up against Walker Buehler, who I don't think is any good. I'm taking the over this time of 8.5 runs. Never again do I do that. Red Sox 8-10 on the year. Walker Buehler on the bump, 1-1 with a 5.75 ERA. Tampa Bay, they got Ryan Pepio on the mound, 1-1 with a 3.38 ERA. The Red Sox have not been good recently. 8-10 on the year. They just lost a road series to the White Sox, and they just lost to the Rays 16-1. 16-1. This Rays team, they've been playing better baseball. They scored, obviously, 16 yesterday. They then scored 8 against the Braves, 4 against the Braves, and then 6 against the Braves. So they've won 3 out of their last 4 games. They're hitting the ball better. They're at home. The Red Sox lineup, surprisingly, the bottom half of their lineup is kind of hitting the ball good. Rafi strikes out a ton. You have Wilyer Abreu, who does sometimes go down in the bottom half. I like Kristen Campbell. He's been solid. Casas is good. The only thing you got to worry about the Red Sox is their bullpen. Their bullpen is horrible. Borderline terrible. Gimme Tampa Bay minus 125 and the over. Let me see another 16-1 ball game. Okay, this line makes no sense to me. Why is Charlie Morton a minus 150 favorite against anyone in the MLB? And then on top of that, it is against my favorite team, the Cleveland Guardians. Of course, I am taking the Guardians plus 125 on the money line and the over 8.5 runs. Cleveland 8-7 on the year, coming off of a series win against Kansas City. Logan Allen on the bump, 0-1 with a 3.60 ERA. Going up against, like I said, Charlie Morton, 0-3 with an 8.78 ERA. He's made 3 starts. He's only pitched 13 innings. Almost a 9 ERA, struck out 17. He's walked 8. His big problem, he gives up hella contact. And to be fair, not much of it is hard. He only has 3 home runs given up. But if you look at who he's played, Toronto, Boston, Arizona. Toronto can't really hit the ball. Boston also struggles to score runs. The only offense that he's played that's been really solid this year is Arizona. Now you're going up against the Guardians lineup. Granted, does not hit for power. They do hit for contact, though. The Guardians don't have many dudes in the lineup who strike out a bunch. The only dudes who are going to really strike out, Hedges, that's a guaranteed strikeout. Brian Rocchio, probably a strikeout. The top half of the lineup, though, Stephen Kwan, no. Jose, no. Santana, maybe. Noel, yes. Arias, no. Angel Martinez, no. And Schneemann, no. We got a bunch of dudes who make a lot of contact. That's not going to be good. The Orioles are notorious in not being good on defense. And then you add to the fact Logan Allen, not horrible so far this year. He's pitched 10 innings. He has an ERA of 3.6. His one problem is he walks too many guys. He has 5 strikeouts and 7 walks. If he can keep the control under control, I think they win this game. Give me the Guardians. Give me the over. All right, final game. 2 horrible pitchers. I'm taking the Angels plus 100 on the money line. And again, the over of 8.5 runs. You got 2 old veterans. Yusei Kikuchi, who's 0-2 with a 5.0 flat ERA, going up against Patrick Corbin, who I don't know how he finds himself on another MLB roster, 0-0 with a 6.75 ERA. Patrick Corbin is 35, How in the fuck is this dude still in the majors? You would think with his performance last year on the Nationals that they would go, no, 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 we don't want you because you're bad. But they don't. They picked him up. The Rangers need, I guess, as many arms as they can get. So, Angels, they've been surprisingly good this year. 9-6 on the season. They are coming off of a series loss against the Astros. They kind of got shelled. They lost 14-3. They won 4-1. Then they lost 7-3. Prior to that, though, they had back-to-back series wins. That's pretty good. You have guys in their lineup who are hitting the ball really well. Logan O'Hoppe, Schwannel. You got Jorge Soler, 241. Luis Rengifo, 259. One of the worst bats in the lineup is Mike Trout. If you can say that, that's pretty good. Rangers, they can't hit the ball for shit. Marcus Semien hitting 123. Seager hitting below 250. Josh Smith doing his thing. Josh Jung doing his thing. Apparently, if your name is Josh, you're doing okay. However, if your name is Jock, you should probably go to Korea. Jock Peterson hitting 070. Jock, buddy, you want to talk about someone else who should probably retire? Jock Peterson. Not very good. Both of these pitchers suck. I trust the Angels lineup more. Give me the Angels plus 100. Give me the over 8.5 runs. Okay, so those are the picks for today. Like I said earlier, I am 9 games under 500, and I've bet just about 150 games. I would fade me until I turn the record positive. Now, granted, I don't normally take big money line favorites. Almost all the money lines I take are plus money or around minus 130, minus 140 is the biggest I'm going to lay. So take it with a grain of salt. The overall record, we definitely do have some good plus money hits. But yeah, that's what I got for today. I appreciate you all watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.